Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally here in Trinidad and Tobago, Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, Chief Secretary of Tobago, has responded to remarks by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar regarding the issue involving Brent Thomas. He noted that the aircraft used was operated by the Regional Security System, which he described as a CARICOM asset, and pointed out that Trinidad and Tobago is not a signatory to the RSS. Augustine further stated that given the court's ruling, which deemed it a kidnapping, and what he said was an admission of illegality by the Barbadian government, the matter warrants regional attention and should not be dismissed, should not be ignored by Prime Minister Mia Mottley. If you really want to restore diplomacy with Trinidad and Tobago, you would launch an investigation into it, Madam Prime Minister of Barbados. Don't go anywhere. More local, regional, and international news up next. The Prime Minister was right about Maduro. This from the Tobago Chief Secretary Farley Augustine during a media briefing as he outlined the outcomes of the visit to the CARICOM Heads of Governments meeting as a delegate. And of course, I'm very proud to hear Farley Augustine taking a stand in a time when the media is condemning the government. The PNM patriots and all their fellow friends and allies around the Caribbean are also criticizing, and all the experts are criticizing the government. It's nice to see that Farley Augustine is standing up for what is right and speaking out and saying that we do not support communism here in the Caribbean. We do not support autocratic leaders like Maduro in our region. I hope that he will take the next step to stand up with the Kamla Persad-Bissessar regime and say we support Israel and America as well.
The Prime Minister spoke about Venezuela threats to Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. You know, I was sitting in my corner here as Chief Secretary. No real authority over international relations, and looking at CARICOM when the threat started against Guyana first, and wondering, why is CARICOM not really taking decisive action? Why is CARICOM not being forceful? And then I see they try to have some kind of, I don't know, bear retreat and sit down and talk it out, almost pandering to Maduro. But Maduro is no more. Maduro is gone. And despite what people felt about the Prime Minister's international relations policies, the truth is she was right on Maduro. I remember at one time people were trying to invoke all sense of fear in the space, saying Venezuela got bomb we, Venezuela will do this, we can't respond. And I continue to take as Tobago's position, and I want to be clear, notwithstanding me saying the Prime Minister is right on identifying these as an issue, and notwithstanding me respecting the Prime Minister's ability in law to make these decisions, and she is whom the people voted for.
A 200-pound endangered hawksbill turtle was rescued and safely released at King's Wharf, San Fernando, after fishermen found it tangled in a net offshore. Really has people outside here with good hearts still, huh? Environmental advocate Edward Moody of the Sustainable Climate Initiative and Ren Gopi Singh of the Hunters Search and Team Rescue responded to the report and assisted in freeing the animal. Thank you both. The 5-year-old turtle was checked for injuries before being returned to the sea. Now that is wonderful news. Speaking about news, regional news up next.
The fisher folks, they called me while they were out at the sea, and they explained to me that hawksbill turtle had gotten caught in the net and had damaged the net. So they said they couldn't take it out in the sea. They had to come to shore here, and so the net got damaged. They took it out, and you know, we reached on site same time to ensure that there was a safe release. Fee, if you are caught with it, it is actually $100,000 and or 2 years imprisonment. But we need to educate people. Just enforcing a law alone is not enough. We need to educate. Look now, the fishermen were very responsible this morning and calling me one time because they know what I'm.
We need to stop the poachers. We need to stop them.
4 months after Hurricane Melissa sent floodwaters surging through sections of Phase 2 of the estuary in Friendship, St. James, Jamaica. Several homeowners say they remain burdened with loss, displacement, and uncertainty as they await word on whether they will be allowed to return home. I could imagine, wow, but that has to be really frustrating for them. Residents contend that the flooding was exacerbated when a section of roadway collapsed, obstructing a primary drainage channel. Homes were left waterlogged, furniture destroyed, and mold spreading throughout interiors. Several families were forced out and left traumatized. The National Housing Trust, NHT, which developed the project in partnership with WHICON Limited, has provided financial support and 3 months of temporary accommodation to affected homeowners. 3 months? Anyhow, to homeowners, many of whom purchased their properties less than 5 years ago. You know, it is to buy a house, and then within 5 years or less than 5 years, it's basically destroyed. Now you have to start all over again. However, some residents argue that communication has been uneven and that a permanent solution remains unclear. Maybe those that are from the higher class of society are being attended to before those who are from the poorer class. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Guyana's healthcare sector has received a significant boost with the commissioning of the Dr. Balwant Singh Hospital's new multi-million-dollar outpatient pavilion. A 6-story facility aimed 6 stories. That's good. Aimed at expanding capacity and enhancing patient care. President Dr. Irfan Ali described the investment as another important step in raising the standard of care and strengthening the integration of public and private healthcare services across the entire country. A president that serves all the peoples of Guyana. The head of state highlighted the advancement and transformation taking place across Guyana's healthcare system, pointing to the progress in technology, facility expansion, and overall system capacity, which he said Balwant Singh Hospital plays a key part of that transformation. This hospital and this family are an important part of this transformation. They are not only improving the level of service, but are also investing in the facilities and infrastructure that will allow them to develop and deliver world-class service. Telling you, development continues to take place in Guyana at an exponential rate under the Irfan Ali administration and, of course, the PPP Civic Political Party. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley visited AgroFest yesterday evening at Queen's Park, not in TRINIDAD, Queen's Park in Barbados, where she toured the various vendor displays. The Prime Minister was pleased with the turnout and described it as a moment of pride for Barbados and its regional partners to showcase their work. I mean, agriculture is definitely important. Food security is definitely important, to be self-sufficient. Representatives from Guyana, Venezuela, and Suriname, among other islands, were in attendance at this year's event.
As usual, we're very happy to see the turnout at AgroFest this year again. I think we can all agree that from all accounts, it is bigger than last year.
Yes.
And I'm happy to see the wide variety once again, ranging from what we're doing in research, right back through to other people selling their produce, other people selling the other things that they have to make and offer. And this is a moment of pride for us in Barbados, but it has also become an opportunity for some of our regional friends to show off what they're doing. And we have Guyana here, we have we have Venezuela here, and this afternoon I had the pleasure of taking my sister, the President of Suriname, on tour with us. Normally Suriname is one of the presenters here, and I'm sure they'll be back next year. Yeah. I know our new Minister of Agriculture and Food Security will also be going to Suriname in a few weeks' time after the estimates process is finished, and to Guyana, because Barbados is cognizant that more than ever food security in the region is extremely important.
International news now. Thick smoke was seen rising above the Bahrainian capital Manama amid reports of additional Iran strikes. And that is what the entire world should and appears to be concerned about. Iran isn't just attacking the nations who decided to attack them because like of Israel. All right, when they're attacking Israel. They don't have the capability to attack America at this point in time. But you're attacking nations, just because it has American bases in it. You're attacking nations that basically support you. A lot of those nations actually defend Iran's so-called sovereignty. They told Trump not to attack Iran. And yet, because American bases are situated in those countries, you're attacking them. And a lot of civilian areas are being affected as well. The fire was reportedly coming from the naval base used by U.S. military forces, which is home to the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet. Last night, U.S. Central Command said the U.S. forces are eliminating Iran's ballistic missile threat under the direction of President Trump, which will at least lessen or probably stop these attacks in those same Middle East countries. In some other news, in Israel, 7 were injured, 1 seriously, in a missile fall in Jerusalem. The missile fell on the road. Most of the injured were in a vehicle. I hope these individuals fully recover in Jesus' name. It is one thing if it is, okay, it was a preemptive strike by Israel and the USA. So you can claim to be defending yourself, even though you're the ones that don't want to surrender your nuclear capabilities. But at the end of the day, if you're just attacking military bases in Israel, it's fine, but you're also attacking civilian areas as well. And that is why the entire world should be condemning it. But you know, the entire world will be only condemning the areas in the Arab nations, friends of Iran. But they wouldn't say anything about Israel, though. Now, for the interesting facts segment, France has taken a historic step in consumer protection by officially banning the practice of planned obsolescence. The new legislation makes it a criminal offense for companies to intentionally design products with a limited lifespan. We have all noticed it. Fans or whatsoever, certain products only last for a certain length of time, period of time nowadays, unlike long time when things would have gone on for years and years and years until it actually gets old. So let me read over that part. The new legislation makes it a criminal offense for companies to intentionally design products with a limited lifespan or to manufacture goods that are meant to fail prematurely so that people could go back and purchase the product again. This move is aimed at breaking the cycle of constant replacement that leads to massive amounts of electronic waste and places a heavy financial burden on consumers while the manufacturers make billions of dollars. Under this law, manufacturers must now ensure that their products are durable and, more importantly, repairable. That's the next thing about it. And therefore, we'll have to provide parts for these products as well. Companies found violating these rules face significant fines and potential jail time for executives, marking some of the toughest regulations against the tech industry globally. I love this.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel segment. Macau is a vibrant special administrative region of China, famed as the Las Vegas of Asia for its massive, glitzy casino resorts on the Cotai Strip. Beyond gaming, it boasts a unique blend of Portuguese colonial architecture and Chinese heritage, with the historic center of Macau being a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.